Confidence intervals with elections. In a recent election poll for Senate, from September 8th through 11th in 2018, Fox News polls reported that Marsha Blackburn leads by 3%. Construct the confidence interval for both Phil Bredesen at 44% and Marsha Blackburn at 47%, given the margin of error plus or minus 3.5% of Tennessee voters. So they took a sample and they saw that Phil Bredesen in the poll had 44% of voters vote for him, and Marsha Blackburn had 47%. Undecided was 8%, and then the margin of error is 3.5%. This means that Phil Bredesen's sample percentage, or p hat, is 44%. To construct the confidence interval for Phil Bredesen, we're going to use a general formula, p hat minus our margin of error, e, plus, and then p hat plus our margin of error, e. So there's our left endpoint and there's our right endpoint. We have to substitute the information in. Our p hat in this case is 44%, and our margin of error is 3.5%. So we're going to take 0.44 minus 0.035 less than p less than, and then our right endpoint is 0.44 plus 0.035. Do the calculations on our calculator. And we're going to get 0.405 and 0.475. So again, we're figuring out a range or interval that the population percentage would be in. So the people that would vote for Phil Bredesen in Tennessee would be between 40.5% and 47.5%. Next, Marsha Blackburn. Marsha Blackburn currently in this poll is at 47%. That's her sample percentage of p hat. The margin of error is still plus or minus 3.5%. We use our general formula, which is p hat minus e less than p hat plus e. Remember, that's our left endpoint with the minus and our right endpoint with the plus. Substitute those values in. 0.47 minus 0.035 less than our population proportion less than 0.47 plus 0.035. This will construct our left endpoint and right endpoint. So here we can say that 0.35 or 0.435 less than p less than 0.505. So between 43.5% and 50.5%. That's going to be our population parameter. So we need to make sure we interpret these correctly. And there's different ways of interpreting them. This is the way that I prefer to write them. Okay, the preferred way. We are 95% confident. Okay, we're going to describe how confident we are that the true population proportion, so it's the population parameter that we're estimating that interval for, of all Tennessee adults who would vote for Marsha Blackburn for U.S. Senate is between, and we're going to say that it's between 43.5% and 50.5%. Remember, we're using the sample of the 47% to predict the population of all Tennessee voters. So it's not going to be an actual number, it's going to be an estimate or a range of numbers. This means if we were to select many different samples of size 100 and construct the corresponding confidence interval, 95% of them would actually contain the value of the population proportion p. Sometimes in polls, they don't give the confidence level. Sometimes the sample size should be provided, but it's often not. Also, never follow the common misconception that polls are unreliable. If the sample size is too small, okay, the population size is usually not a factor in determining the reliability of a poll.